Word to Woodrow radio show right here on KDVS 90.3 FM and online at kdvs.org. I am Miss Special.
And I am Mike Blouse. And Chuck, and as always, we have a very special guest in studio today.
The infamous Chess Chick.
Yes, sir.
Chewy in the building.
All the aliases sitting right there.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very good, very good. I've been low-key hustling, as I always do, grinding it out nonstop.
But the good thing is now it's starting to pay off. Like, because you've been grinding for a while, but now people are actually taking notice and it's actually showing. So that's the dopest part for me, is I'll be like, oh, look, people are actually paying attention.
The main thing you have coming out right now, it's the latest release, Be Cool.
Be Cool, it finally came out. There was a lot of static behind the release of it, but I finally got it all situated and got it out. It's been anticipated since like December, I believe it was supposed to drop, and then it didn't.
A two-person thing that put this together. So
yes, it was I and the newly added addition to TUS, Jonathan Lowe, out of Boston. Big ups to my bro Jonathan Lowe. He did all the beats on Be Cool. We are already working on part 2 right now. He's going to drop some rhymes on there.
Nice.
Get a little bit of championship sound going.
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen him mentioning that he's working on the bars, but nothing's getting released yet.
I think he's like perfecting it because he wants it to be right.
Makes sense. He's definitely perfected the beats though. Like if you've been paying attention throughout the past couple months or so, like you see him pop up on your stuff, on all kinds of different TUS stuff. So
yeah, he's working on his album too. He's like low-key always background working. He's doing a lot of stuff.
Nice. Shout out to him doing his thing for real.
Big ups to Jonathan Lowe.
So, besides the fact that he's dope and you're dope, was there any other reason why y'all decided to come together to do a project?
First, it was because I was kind of like mad because I was needing beats really bad. And he was the only person that gave me beats. So I was like, I'm going to just do a project with him because he sent me like 2 zip folders.
Yeah.
But then I weeded through out a lot of them and a bunch of them sounded like they all flowed. And the first one, French in Hell, it had like a 70s feel to it to me. So then that just kicked off the whole thing. Like, all right, I'm going to do a 70s tape because I'm very inspired by like the hippie era.
Nice.
I think it's a very fabulous era. You can reference like a lot of hip hop to the 70s era. It's kind of hard to explain.
That's
But you know what I mean? So yeah, I wanted to just go off the 70s theme. And then part 2 is like an 89, 90s feel.
Nice.
So I'm like pretty much transitioning time.
Yeah, because you've been doing a lot of 90s stuff for years now. So for you to go to the 70s and do that, that's pretty dope that you can actually transition and try something different. So
Yeah, I was trying to go for something extremely different. At first, I was trying to twist like the new school music. And then that gets really complicated because a lot of people don't get where you're going with that.
With like the true 3PO stuff?
Especially that. Like a lot of people didn't understand like the rapping over techno stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, if I give it a new school feel over an old school sound, then maybe they'll be like, oh, this is tight. It's old, but it's new.
Definitely. You tried something different, but you were still true to yourself. So it still has that chewy feel, but you just took it to a different era and you took kind of a different sound, but nothing too crazy.
Exactly, yeah. Like the whole project is basically just me doing what I want to do. There was a lot of transitioning points and there was a lot of stuff going on with me when I was writing this project. So I was really just trying to just do what I want to do. Because I'm so young, a lot of people feel like I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know anything. So I was really just focusing and trying to just put out me in a project.
That's the feel that I get from it too. I almost want to be like, oh, it's an introduction, but you've already done a lot of introduction stuff.
It's
so
more
it's
so like getting more acquainted. Yeah.
You get a better feel of you. And whatnot,
Exactly.
So that's exactly the vibe I get from it. And it's just real true to you, which is what I like. So, what was the real vision behind the actual Be Cool, the title, all that comes with it?
The title Be Cool just sounded dope with it.
Oh,
I seen the movie like a couple days after I started doing the project, and it just really seemed cool. I always wanted to do a project called Be Cool, so I just ran with that.
that works. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the songs itself are like giving situations where people need to honestly just be cool. Did that just kind of happen, or was that kind of the vision, like, oh, I want to point out certain scenarios where people need to be cool?
Nah, I mean, some of them were like, oh, what would you do in this situation? And then others of them were just like honest situations. It's a reflection of my growth as an artist.
Definitely.
Pretty much. Now that stuff is starting to get a lot more official, it was just like a reflection of everything that I went through.
That makes sense. But you talked about other people's stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So those are other Be Cool situations. All the violence and the drama and stuff like that.
Or like, what's the word?
Yeah, you know, like people need to be cool.
I think that came from something that happened on the news too. A kid got shot, like randomly. I was like, man, that's wild. Like he wasn't doing nothing and got popped.
Horrible.
You mentioned things getting more official. And I feel like, you know, every time that we've had you on the show over the past couple of years, it's like there's big things that are happening in your career as you're going along. And I'd say the past year specifically, you've had a lot of big stuff going on with you. So run by the folks that maybe haven't been keeping up with everything online. What have you been doing for career-wise? You're allowed to speak on it so far.
Honestly, I just been contacting a lot more people. I've been doing like a lot of research. And I was just really trying to figure out how I could get some loot. No, I was applying my hustle to my music and just like getting wise. Because I'm young and people always tell me I can go somewhere. So I just tried to wise up and like see where I could really go.
What do you feel like's been like the big moment, that kind of the milestone thing?
Other than like this release, because this release did really well. It was on a Saturday and it was me, you know, the blogs hadn't posted it yet.
Yeah.
So I think it did really good. I think this is like a pretty cool moment. But getting flown out to New York next week to meet up with the owner of Amalgam, because he got plugged to some stuff too, and he's trying to lightweight put me in a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to make lightweight heavy moves. When I went to check my email, the subject was like flight itinerary. It was really real. One of his interns like booked it, and I was always like, I want to go to New York next year. And then I finally get to go to New York. Or like having my own shirt. I always wanted my own shirt, and I finally got my own shirt.
Yeah.
Just like moments like that.
On what's going on with the whole shirt thing?
Ulu x Chewy collabo. Ulu is a clothing company out of Canada, and he's the homie. Like, he's been down since he's heard my music. I don't exactly remember how we first got in contact, but I know he put me in contact with Beats for Clothes out of LA. They do a lot of production for Casey Veggies. Ever since he hit me, he's just been cool people. So, you know, I just rock with him, and he got dope clothes too. So yeah, he presented the idea to me, and I kind of just wanted something simple. I just wanted my logo on a shirt, so he just flipped it with his logo, and then it ended up being bigger than what it really was.
So cool. And then the Ulu website is UULOO.
It's OOLOO clothing.com.
Said UUL.
2 O's L 2 O's clothing.com.
Oh, I need to go back to school.
No.
Goodness.
It's kind of crazy to see all these come, because the first time I ever caught one of your shows, you was hyping for J Good at Delta V.
Yeah. Back in the day,
you were still going by Young Chewy.
And I wasn't getting no love. I was always J Good's hype man. They would never put me on the flyer. It'd be like a bunch of people on the flyer. I wasn't even on the flyer. It'd be like J Good. Even though it was supposed to say either the Avengers or one time it said J Good with Chewy, but it was one U missing. I was like, for sure though, for sure, that's me. I was mad young too, like 17, 18.
Yeah, but you know, things are on the up now.
Yeah, definitely.
Things are falling into place. But you know, talking about J Good and the Avengers, I know what's happening with that right now, because I was talking to him and I'm hearing little things.
Yeah, talked about this Amy Winehouse tribute, because her death really, really hurt me. Amy Winehouse is really dope. And he was supposed to redo her album like dumb long ago.
He really was.
And I told him if he wasn't going to do it, then I was going to do it. And then she passed, and I was like, we should just do it because neither one of us did it. I don't know though. We haven't started that. I'm trying to make that really epic.
But we do have some new Avengers stuff on Be Cool. There's a track with you and J Good.
Yes, me and J Good, the My Place joint. You know, I had to put my bro in there.
Yes.
J Good is ill.
Is anything they need to know about this track?
It's kinky.
It's dope. Yeah. Yeah, see, like, this was a situation that I hadn't went through, but I was watching American Pie, and that whole scene, I was like, wow. You know, you should have hit a lady. You should have hit a lady, friends. And you know, you should always be cool when you're around women, because that never goes right if you do that wrong. Never.
So, super cool. It started out as a shout out on Twitter and eventually turned into a track with Ninth Wonder. What was that like?
Oh, that was really crazy. I was in San Diego when Sundown sent me the beats. Sundown of Act Proof. Act Proof are my people. Everybody on Jamlaw are my people.
Nice.
I love Jamlaw. I would sign to Jamlaw tomorrow. Tell Ninth Wonder I said that.
Boom.
I would sign to Jamlaw tonight, actually.
Nice.
Everybody on Jamlaw is real cool. They're all dope, and they all show me support. They listen to me. I listen to them.
Nice.
And Sundown's the bro, like, that's my brother, so he hooked me up. He was just like, we want to get you on the project, and he sent me a bunch of beats, and I picked that one. And I sat there for like 30 minutes tripping. I was juiced. I was juiced.
Aww.
Like a juicer. And then I just pulled myself together. I wrote that verse in like 10 minutes too.
Damn.
And recorded it right away. I got going. I was like, yeah, boy.
That's so dope.
Flavor Flav style.
Yeah, so that's the biggest name collaboration you've had so far with you on the Ninth
Definitely,
Wonder beat.
yes. Because I remember when I used to listen to a lot of Little Brother and be like, man, Ninth Wonder is cool. And then to be on a Ninth Wonder beat, like I still play the listening. I still listen to Little Brother's older tracks. So just to be on production from somebody that I've listened to is dope. Like that's just an overwhelming feeling.
That's crazy.
And you know, kind of keeping in line with that's kind of been the culmination. But even before that, you've been linking up with bigger and bigger folks. How did like the Cookin' Soul thing come about, and all the other folks that you've kind of been featured with lately?
Cookin' Soul is like real good friends with Bannon, so they heard Hot and Ready, and then they just like automatically hit me up and wanted to work. So they're just the fam too. They're just real cool people, and like we just build. Every time I hit them up, they'll shoot me some beats. We'll just get going. Day Tape, I liked it, but I had my doubts. Like I felt like I could have did better stuff.
We mentioned the C3PO project. You were rapping on Britney Spears joint, and like
the
one
Radar.
of the, I remember when I uploaded that to YouTube, one of the comments was like, Chewy's one of the only folks that can jump on stuff like this and still sound dope, and then do the band in the super hardcore.
See, and I'm big on
underground
that. I don't like being in a box. I don't like being labeled. You know what I'm saying? I just rap. I rap good. I got stories to tell. I'm diverse. I don't have no set feel or nothing. I just want to rap on stuff. You know, I just want to rap.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're still in the I just want to rap on everything mode, as opposed to like 5 years from now when we have you singing on all the tracks and playing guitar and like
as diverse
DJing,
as I am too. I'd never sing. I probably do some cool harmony. Don't play that.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was getting
Valentine's
so much
tape.
I mean, there's no cursing
It was
on
a
that.
Valentine's tape. I was 18. I was young. Stupid.
I feel like we might. Like,
That is one of my favorite
Nah,
tracks
don't play
of all
that.
time.
Don't play that. It's cool. Hey, I'm gonna release that one day.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Email that to me. I'm gonna put that on SoundCloud just for stream.
I have so much to email you from back in the day. It's
For
ridiculous. I remember back in the day on Special Sundays, we had your mom call in and she rapped.
That infamous freestyle
Which
that
was
everybody loves.
So dope. It took a while. Why did you decide to have her on this project of all projects?
I had it in my mind way back when that this project was gonna be huge. I was just like, I'm gonna just make this really, really big. And I just wanted to put my mom on there because I always bug my mom about doing work with me. And like, she doesn't really like that verse because she wrote it the day before the studio session.
Oh, wow.
You know? And so I was like, whatever, we'll just leave it on there. And then I was gonna redo Be Cool, but then I went and listened to it and I thought it was cool. So I was like, okay, never mind, I'm putting that out. She was like, no, you better not put that out. I'm like, nah, it's
That's
cool.
what
It's
she
cool.
said in the promo video.
Yeah, and everybody's like, oh, it's dope. That's your mom. That's crazy. Like, see, they like it.
And then is there a specific reason why you chose that song, or it just kind of worked out?
I chose that song because me and my mom be chiefing them. That's one of my best friends. She's really, really open-minded. She supports everything I do. And I felt like that song was perfect because right after we kicked it, I wrote that verse.
Very nice.
So that was basically one of me and my mom's kick it sessions.
Dope. And then the other features on the project, you got a new dude that I never heard of before.
Jowan.
Yeah, where did he come
Jowan is
from?
hard. Jowan is really good friends with Jonathan Lowell.
Okay.
I don't exactly remember where he's from. I know he's from the Southeast. Jowan is dope. You need to Google him. I'm not going to say nothing but Google Jowan.
And he's on Be
His
Cool.
Twitter is @IamJowan. Find Jowan and listen to Jowan. I like Jowan because he reminds me of a new school Andre 3000. Not in how he sounds, somewhat in his delivery. It reminds me of new school Outkast. Just Southern dope.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I support Jowan.
And then, of course, you had the homie Has Solo on the project.
Of course, he's another new addition to TUS. Shout out to homie Has. Has is always killing stuff, low key. Has be sending me tracks. Has is hard. We're about to start doing a lot more stuff with Has.
And he definitely does the whole rapping, producing thing.
Yes,
does
yes.
both of
He
them
raps,
very well.
he produces. He's working on the flyer for my show on the 19th.
Damn.
Has gets it in.
Shout out to Has.
Yeah, Has Solo's the man. That's the homie.
Good stuff. We got the promo video. We had the first one that dropped Friday. That video was cool to me because that's the real Chewy. I was sitting there like, yeah, that's him.
People always have either a quick little segment of their song for their promo videos or like a quick segment of something else. Like the first promo video I had, it was a clip of the movie Dazed and Confused. And that wasn't tight. I just wanted to do something really, really different. I don't know. I've never done a promo video before. So I wanted it to be official off top. A bootleg day in the life, you know? Because I was just keeping it real. Like I was just going around doing what I do. So I was just
then
keeping it G.
Do you know how many of those there are gonna be? You guys have an official
2,
number?
because it was too long to put everything that we did in there. So then we'll just make 2.
Coming soon, the promo video for Be Cool.
Yes.
Volume 2.
Big ups to Calligraphy Media.
Yes,
The
indeed.
CEO is in the house right now, Mr. Van Dope.
Yes, we appreciate him.
As far as what's coming up next, what is coming up next for Chewy, you know, in the next 6 months or so?
Me and Jonathan Lowe are working on another project. Sounds Simple Right with Rufio is definitely coming out soon. The Millennium Falcon with Sundown of Act Proof is coming out soon. I'm working on Grown Man Sport with Cookin' Soul. I got a project in the works with my homie Abnormal out of St. Louis. Oh, who else do I have projects with? I got projects with so many people. I'm working on an EP, little something. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm working on something crazy.
Special Sundays radio show is back this Sunday.